on this Overton window concept, it's basically the idea that you've moved the line of what we're allowed to say. And I just know that to be objectively true. Because Nick Fuentes wouldn't have happened if Andrew Tate hadn't have happened, in my belief. What do you think is the most important thing that we can talk about now that we weren't allowed to talk about before? Like, people don't realize how much it's changed.
It's changed. Yeah, when I first started speaking up, I would make national news for saying something as mundane as women can't drive. And now everyone on the internet is screaming women shouldn't even vote. So I've super heavily shifted the Overton window. And now we can have conversations about gender, about intersex dynamics, which are super important because that affects politics as a whole. We can have conversations about geopolitics that we couldn't previously have. We can have conversations about the fact that the entire media apparatus is designed to lie to us. We could have conversations about the scam of the education system. We can have conversations about things that would literally get your account banned and you'd instantly be shunned if you ever tried to discuss before. But primarily, I would say actually anti-feminism. And I did Patrick Bet David, and everyone's talking about the beginning of that podcast where I had to explain for an hour that fucking video. But after that, I talk about how important it is to go to bat against feminism and how feminism is the primary thing that is destroying Western society. And I talk about it for an hour and a half. So I actually encourage people, although it's another podcast to yours, I'm sorry, to watch that podcast where I explain it. But the problem with shifting the Overton window is that apathy sets in and hedonistic adaptation sets in, and things I said that were extreme back then are no longer extreme. So then people look for the new extreme to get the dopamine. And that's why people like Nick happen, because Nick will say things that I won't say, and they're always chasing the new high. And in 2 or 3 years, eventually, Nick will not be extreme enough for them. And they'll find some other guy who's fuck knows what he's saying and doing. Everyone's chasing the new high, right? The new dopamine. And anyone who's not currently at the absolute leading edge of extremity is considered some form of sellout. That's how it works.
I believe at one point you said something along the lines of, like, my videos go viral because I speak the truth. But do you think the truth is what makes something viral anymore?
My videos went viral because they were speaking to the hearts of millions of young men who were being suppressed and oppressed, and they were feeling and thinking things that they weren't allowed to say, and they thought that there was something wrong with them. And then they would watch my video and realize that there's nothing wrong with them and that everyone actually thinks like them and they're actually doing the right thing. So people were being heard for the first time via my videos because I was talking the truth, and that's what was allowing them to become the most watched videos on the planet. But nowadays, now that a lot of the truth has been told in many ways, men are no longer afraid of being men. The idea of toxically masculine has basically fallen out of favor because of me. Toxically masculine, I haven't heard in a serious context in years. That was everywhere. Then I came along, the most toxic of all, and went to war with them directly and beat them. And now I don't even hear Hollywood people talking about it. No one says that stupid saying anymore. So I defeated them. So a lot of the truth about gender dynamics and masculinity has been told specifically by me. I did it, me. To all the ungrateful masses who say I sold out, I did it, and I went to jail for it. So is truth what makes something viral today? Or is it just a world where everyone has ADHD, nobody can focus for very long, everyone's chasing as much dopamine as possible, everyone wants the most extreme content, no one can even watch a movie or read a book without staring at their phone, we need 5 or 6 different inputs at the same time, all these different stimuli. So are people now looking for the truth, or has enough truth been told and now people are just looking for entertainment? And entertainment is often, whoa! And whoa doesn't have to be true. Whoa just has to be whoa.
It's also the people getting permission to engage with something that they find like unsettling. That's kind of why your recent incident went viral, because it was perceived as so extreme that certain groups of people were given permission to engage with it. You know what I mean?
I think the recent incident went viral, truthfully, Jack, with all due respect, because I was there. If Myron Clav, Sneak, and Nick went to the club and played that song, no one would have gave a fuck. Never would have been on a national news, never would have been a big issue. If Clav and Sneeko play that song right now on stream, which they've done 1,000 times, guess what's going to happen? Nothing. They're nobodies. But Andrew Tate was there. I'm a real guy. So if someone got shot in that nightclub, the news article would have been, a man shot in the nightclub Andrew Tate is at. Andrew Tate near shooting in Miami nightclub. Andrew Tate involved in gun incident in Florida. I didn't shoot him. I didn't get shot. I was just there. I'm the main fucking character. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's kind of flattering, but I'm the main character. It went viral because I was there. You have all of them, maybe Myron, maybe Nick a bit, but it's because I was there. That's what it is. So, I mean, Nick's views are very well known. Myron's views are very well known. But I actually think, if you want me to super analyze that situation, I think the only reason it blew up is because the system can use it to bat me over the head. Myron's not going to go to jail for that. Nick's not going to go to jail for that. The other two aren't going to go to jail for that. The only person who's looking at possibly going to jail because of that video is me. So the Matrix pushed that video very heavily to use it against me in court. I'm the one who's going to have to face the court case for that video, even though I didn't play the song. Only me. Anything I'm involved in that they can use to wreck me, trust me, they'll do it.